All right, we'll take in a word from Prakash Singh, who's tracking this particular development for us. But absolutely, once again, how the suicide theory has been demolished, how the entire attempt that is being made by Rhea Chakrabarti since day one to push the narrative of how Sushant Singh Rajput was a depressed man, how he was an antidepressant, and was bipolar also, which, by the way, the family has been rejecting since day one. Of course, certain doctors have come out and said that he did face anxiety in the past few months as well, but that does not mean that he was going through depression, that he was on any sort of antidepressants. Once again, this particular doctor, Sushant's doctor, K.C. Chavda, in his statement to Bihar police, has said that Sushant definitely had anxiety to an extent, but not bipolar disorder. Once again, completely demolishing the lies that are being peddled by Team Rhea. Once again, justifying all the testimonies and the proof that we've been putting out on how Sushant certainly had a plan in mind, how he was dreaming of a future. He had several projects lined up, several contracts that he was to sign. A very ambitious man that we were looking at the past few months, his conversations with his friends on how he was also on a spiritual journey of sorts. But Prakash is back with us. Prakash, more proof to how Sushant Singh Rajput, if at all, was going through anxiety as well, was certainly not a depressed man.
Well, yes, there are false claims made by Rhea Chakrabarti in an FIR that was lodged yesterday night in the midnight drama that unfolded at Bandra police station, in which she claimed that Sushant Singh Rajput was suffering from bipolar disorder and it was diagnosed by multiple renowned doctors. However, the deceased was not disciplined in respect of his treatment and would often abruptly stop his medication. Now, this goes to clearly show that she is leaving no stone unturned to defame Sushant Singh Rajput and his family members. On the other hand, K.C. Chavda, the treating doctor to whom Rhea Chakrabarti took Sushant Singh Rajput for treatment, as she claims that K.C. Chavda, in his interrogation with the Bihar police, had told the Bihar police on pointed questions that was Sushant suffering from bipolar disorder. K.C. Chavda said that no, Sushant was not a bipolar. He categorically said, I repeat, that he was not a bipolar. And when asked that what was the ailment he was suffering from, K.C. Chavda said that he was suffering from anxiety and depression, and he was undergoing a treatment for that, and I had prescribed him certain medication for anxiety, not bipolar disorder. There's a huge difference between a bipolar disorder and mental anxiety and depression. Anybody can undergo anxiety. You can be anxious about anything. Bipolar disorder is a different ailment. So this is a contradictory statement. Now, coming back to the point that she's registered an FIR just to protect herself from the FIR that has been lodged against her, and the CBI and the ED as well as the NCB is tightening its noose on her. She's out and out to defame Sushant Singh Rajput and his family members. If Sushant Singh Rajput was to be a bipolar, then how come on 13th of June, a day before his death, he was talking to 3 film producers and discussing about projects? And also we have accessed Sushant Singh Rajput call details in which he was talking to several people, and as you rightly pointed out, there were various wish list of Sushant Singh Rajput which has come to the fore from his diaries. So Mr. K.C. Chavda also had negated the theory of bipolar disorder to Sushant Singh Rajput in his interrogation with the Bihar police when the Bihar police were there in Mumbai. And this is a confirmed news, but despite that, after 86, almost 3 months after Sushant Singh Rajput passed away, now in order to protect her, Rhea Chakrabarti has lodged this FIR in the Bandra police in a late last night drama yesterday, which unfolded at the Bandra police under the protection of the Mumbai police. We could see all the visuals and how now it is looking like a fixed match, which we have been reporting for almost 2 months, that the Mumbai police is out and out to protect Rhea Chakravarti, and that an FIR has been lodged against Sister Priyanka Singh for getting a medicine prescribed for Sushant Singh Rajput on 8th of June, which Rhea claims that she had advised not to consume it. Now, Sushant Singh Rajput is not there to defend himself nor his sister, but Rhea has claimed in this self, and Rhea in an interview had claimed that Sushant was a drug addict, but she was not, and she loved Sushant Singh Rajput, but just contrary to that, she is out and out to defame Sushant Singh Rajput.
Prakash, let's